Okay, I wanted to show you something that I think you need to know. This string locking system is a no-tool lock system. Rather than locking down your strings at the nut with typical Allen screws, these replace those. It's called Tone Vise. They're called Tone Vise. This product has been out a few years, but when you're doing, here's why they come in so handy. Let's say you need to retune. Okay, typically you would take your wrench and undo the nut, and you might lose it, it might fall out, but you would have to use a wrench anyway. Then you would do your retuning, put everything back on using a driver or an Allen key. But with this, you can skip that. You don't need the key. Okay, to change a string, you just undo the levers and slip the strings under these plates. To lock them down, you just turn them clockwise and they lock into position. Now it has a weird kind of symmetry to it, but that is because of the design of the guitar. You can't get around that, and that's fine. It looks a little weird, but you get used to it, believe me. So here's what these things are made of. There's one flathead Allen screw, and under that is a conical spring. Okay, the unit comes with 6 conical springs. Now this is going to sound kind of tedious at first, however, and it is, to be honest, but once you get the hang of it, you will not go back to anything else. You'll see why in a second. That was the second. Here's the third component. Okay, which is this. I don't know what this is called right here. It's a rod, threaded rod on one end, and a female thread on the other end, as well as a nut at the center. But that is inserted through the plate. By the way, the plates are different. They're very high quality. You won't get grooves in them. At least I haven't. By this time I should have. With typical zinc plates, I'd have grooves in these by now. These are something like 8 months old, and no matter how many times I've undone my strings here at the lock nut, it doesn't affect the plates. This strip right here is a strip of Teflon tape. It's not plumber's tape. It is Teflon, but it's heavier duty. It's actually for pipe fittings, gas pipe fittings. It's a little thicker, and I use that to use that as a Teflon coat for these plates. However, that's not why they're grooveless. I just put this on a few days ago. I've been using these without that, but I figured this is just a little bit better protection. So underneath the plate is another conical screw. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces all together for each of the 3 individual locks. So each one locks down 2 strings. So altogether you've got, yes, 18 parts, but this is how it goes back together. First, the conical spring with the wider end inserted into the locking clamp plate, and next you thread the threaded rod through both of these, and it's easier, much easier to use a driver for this part, and just get it on there and screw it back into place into the locking nut base. Make sure it's as parallel as you can get it there. Okay. The next part is the lever system. This simply fits over that rod and the cap screw. All right, and also again, I find it easier to put it back together this way with the Allen driver, everything all at once. And tighten it, just snug it up, that's all. Now, here's one of the best, now it's in the lock position, now it's unlocked. Here's one of the best features though. You can, because this is spring loaded, you can lift up on it, turn it around the nut, and reposition it. So now that's locked, that's unlocked. So you can reposition any of these, really, to any way you want, and they'll be still locked and unlocked. They do the same job as the originals, but they're much faster, as you can see. If I want to tune down my E string down to a D, a drop D, just, oh, that piece of paper. That's it. Just do the tuning and lock it back in place. No tools involved. I would never go back to the standard Floyd Rose locking nut. They also do provide a replacement original Floyd Rose nut. This is an R2, and it's a chrome or stainless steel, or chrome plated stainless steel. The other one was stainless steel too, but it was black. The only difference is this is chrome, and that comes with the kit. So it's great, you know, you get a brand new nut for your guitar as well. So that's it. It's Tone Vise. I don't know if I can turn this so you can see it. See the name. The name is laser engraved here on the side. But that's it. If you want to save yourself a lot of time, especially when you're new to guitars and you're fussing around with the tuning, intonation, that's another big thing here. If I set the intonation on this guitar, I'm going to need to unclamp the string at the nut, and using my intonation tool called the key, that's my own little personalized knob there, it's rubberized, but I'd be at the bridge of the guitar tuning the string at both ends, but normally I'd have to have my Allen key to undo this, and everything comes off, and you do the tuning, and hopefully it's right, and then you clamp it back up with your tools. But this way it's just simple as that, turn of a knob or a lever, and you'll do that several times during setting intonation, so it saves a whole lot of time.